lot about sports, but I can drink a lot of beer.
My motto is simple. C's get degrees.
Need a long, inappropriate hug? I'm your man.
I think I'm smarter than you, because I probably am.
Howard Coward for box score.
Hello and welcome to the Boxer. I'm Brock in Los Angeles, joined by the Danettes in Milford, Connecticut. Guys, you may or may not know this, but the Ted Wells report dropped yesterday, and it revealed that the Patriots probably knew that balls were being deflated. McLovin, you're a smart guy. Can you break this down for the rest of us?
Wow. I would think, years of education. I was an English major. I could. I don't know if I can, because it's one of those stories where I thought I had a handle on yesterday, and then I try to explain to someone and I sound like an idiot. But here's how I read it, and anyone can correct me if I'm wrong. It is more probable than not that Tom Brady knew the balls were being deflated after the officials checked them before the AFC title game.
Well, the phrase more probable than not caused a lot of people a ton of confusion. Even our beloved Seton O'Connor was a little bit foggy on the whole idea. This is you seeing the headline for the first time when the cameras were actually rolling, and you're given a fist pump and you get out of your chair. Paul, did you get a little enjoyment seeing that, knowing that Seton would read on and finally be deflated himself?
No, I didn't enjoy it. I found it funny because I was in the other room. I think I was in the bathroom area. It was open for a minute or two, and I saw Seton going crazy, and I saw the Wells report come out. I'm like, holy cow, the Patriots are off the hook. Brady's off the hook. And then when I went back, I see Seton kind of like looking and reading, and it got real quiet. And I'm reading, I'm like, and when I first read it, there's an initial conclusion that was at the bottom of the report. And the bottom conclusion exonerated the Patriots in one element of this investigation. But then in the middle, there's a conclusion for the AFC game, and it didn't exonerate them.
I'm saying the F word there, by the way.
Really?
It's a good thing.
It was interesting.
Yeah.
Good body
Well played. Well, you guys had the man on who started it all, Bob Kravitz, and the boss asked him, was it cheating or just mere gamesmanship?
I believe it was outright cheating. I think, gamesmanship is, not putting the tarp on the field, maybe trying to make it a slower field against a team that, has a lot of speed. That's gamesmanship. But I think, those rules, those parameters are there for a reason. I think it created it provided New England with an unfair competitive advantage. Obviously, it's one they didn't remotely need against the Colts. They could have beaten the Colts by 38 using a badminton shuttlecock. But, I think it's abject cheating, absolutely.
Yeah, that's something. Bob Kravitz has been an interesting figure throughout this because he's the guy who broke the story, then sort of backed off of the story, and now just came back through just an unbelievable victory lap that I thought for about 15 seconds I thought I was going to get to have, had not being anyone even remotely involved in the story. I thought Bob Kravitz calling out people was probably the most interesting part of that, where he was just like, this guy, and all of the people who work here are hacks and just terrible professionals, or whatever he called them.
Right, Boston.com writers.
Yeah, he really went after them.
And it's funny, later, I know we're going to have probably the Bill Simmons clip, but Bill Simmons went the other way. He called out like Marshall Faulk and Bill Polian and all these other people. And it does feel like to find someone objective on this story is almost impossible. You've either made up your mind one way or made up your mind the other way, but you have to be open-minded to the facts that are presented. Even if they're shaky facts, you got to at least take a look at them and do your best to be objective.
But that's something that's bothered me as, since I'm the homer throughout this. And then I would watch us have on Tony Dungy, who, lost to the Patriots year after year. And I'm not saying that he's a guy who holds a grudge like that, but it's certainly easy to point that out. And a whole list of other players. When this first came out, I remember talking to you guys about watching the panel of people there, and it was like a guy from the Steelers, the Jets, and I'm like, yeah, well, they've been getting spanked by the Patriots their whole career. Right. Of course they want to come down hard on them.
Well, the jury is still out on Brady, and the boss and ESPN's Bill Simmons explained why.
I think they're waiting to hear, 2 games, 4 games. You got to take away a draft pick. I think that they're just kind of taking all that information in before they make a decision on this punishment.
Well, I'll go further than you. I think it's pathetic, and I think, he has handled so many things so badly, Roger Goodell, that it's reached a point now where you have something like this where it took 4 months to release the report. And he knew everything that was in it. He knows the results before the report comes, is released to the public, and yet doesn't have the testicular fortitude to do anything until he gauges the public reaction.
Well, that was a really nice angle by Bill, and I don't think he was biased at all there with his opinion. I find it interesting. Why didn't the commissioner of the NFL, I'm sure he got this investigation, the written report before we did. I don't think they gave it to him at the same time it got released. Why didn't he give his ruling? Why didn't he just say, okay, here it is. I'll take a day or 2 to 3 or 4 to look at it and give my ruling before the public sentiment comes in? That would be very, I guess, objective.
Is that sort of the backlash to the Ray Rice punishment, or is it sort of all part of the same thing?
Lesson learned from Ray Rice.
Well, most commissioners, it seems like these days, base their opinion on what punishment will satisfy the public and get the least heat on me and my league. And that's not how you're supposed to punish people. You should have some type of rules in place. If you are caught adjusting the footballs, there should be a punishment that's somewhat standardized. It can't float between 0 and a year.
I think it might be an unpopular opinion, but I think the commissioner made a mistake going back on his Ray Rice punishment.
Sure.
And I think he should have, had he stuck by his initial decision of a 2-game suspension, regardless of when the tape came out, it would have been a lot easier for him moving forward to all of these. Because that's sort of where it was like, well, we punished him. Oh, wait, no, now we're going to punish him again, and now now there's a lawsuit, and now that's where I think things got really ugly. And I think if he had just made his case for why he went with the 2 games.
It's funny though, but since that, you don't hear as much criticism of the NFL on that front. Since he banned Ray Rice for the year, I think it helped him in the big picture. Now they've moved on to a whole different set of criticisms for the NFL.
Right. Well,
I don't know. I mean, you still had a whole bunch of other domestic violence cases
but they hired Lisa Friel. They hired like 10 people, many of women, to deal with this. It seems like they get less flack now.
He would rather have the criticism of being vague on discipline than being soft on the guy who beats his wife. That's the criticism you don't want. Right. And that's why I asked a question right at the end of the show, and I wish I would have asked about an hour earlier. Which would cause the league more criticism? No punishment whatsoever for Brady, or a huge punishment for Brady. Now, Patriots fans will be mad if Brady gets 8 games, but no, not a lot of others will. Now, if Brady gets 0 games, everybody but Patriots fans.
But everybody looks at Sean Payton and the Saints as that was way too severe. There's no way Sean Payton should have lost a whole year.
Yes.
Yeah.
And everybody agrees with that, not just Saints fans.
But when it happened, though, none of us said that. Nobody was ripping the league.
We were shocked, though.
We were shocked.
Yeah, I don't think there was a lot of good. That's
oh my God! Remember we were all in on Bounty-Gate because I was like, oh my God, they're hitting.
I remember being all in on Bounty-Gate.
Yeah.
But I seem to remember it being a lot of whoa, he got a year. He's gonna lose like $13 million or whatever it was. Like he got hit pretty hard.
It's funny because I look at both infractions. Bounty-Gate, I have no problem with what those coaches did, offering players money for KO'ing guys. That's what they do for a living. And I have no problem with Brady deflating the football to get comfortable to help him pass well. You wouldn't tell Brady, hey, can I have smaller shoulder pads so I can throw the ball? No, you can't have smaller shoulder pads.
These are the league shoulder pads.
Like, what's his name? Matthews from
Clay Matthews.
Clay Matthews. He has little baby shoulder pads, little 8-year-old shoulder pads. What if those were, no, those are too small? Well, it's his choice if it's too small. Let him make the choice. Why even have a stupid rule like that? Clay Matthews needs to move his arms to his small little shoulder pads. Same thing with Brady.
Then again, cheating, Paulie, you're okay with it? Big surprise.
Big surprise. All right. We're going to make a choice. We're going to make a choice after this to talk no further of DeflateGate. We are moving on. And we're going to take a break and remind you that the box score is brought to you by the Ram 1500 Eco Diesel. It can tow a boat, a trailer, and much, much more. It's got the most fuel-efficient half-ton truck on the road, too. Get more facts at ramtrucks.com. Guts, glory, Ram. Welcome back to the box score, guys. We've been talking about DeflateGate all day, so let's talk about something else. Anything else. Paulie, what'd you have for lunch, brother?
I had an omelet, an egg white omelet with turkey, and I wolfed it down.
Sounds delicious. How about this?
It was good. Hot sauce.
Hey, Fritzy, how are the preparations going for Jordan's bar mitzvah?
They're going very well. We've got music and photography and guest lists and everything in place. We're going to be sending out the invitation soon. couple of videos rolling in. Everything's so far so good. Jordan just has to learn his the Haftorah, the part of the Torah that he needs to read, which he's going to be learning over the next few months. But hopefully by Saturday, October 3rd, we'll be rocking and rolling and watching little Jordan Drew become a man.
Can you give us a little sample of how that goes?
Okay. Baruch Hu Adonai Hamvarach. I should probably be covering my head. Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Li'olam V'red. Baruch Ator Adonai Eloheinu Melech Asher B'chabonu Mikol Hamim. B'nosan Lanu Es Toratho. Baruch Ator Adonai Nosein HaTorah. And then you say Amen.
Mazel tov. Very nice.
That's not the Haftorah. That's just the some of the side.
Oh, okay. All right. Hey, Seton, the famed racehorse Danette is racing in the 5th at Santa Anita today. You want to place a bet on that?
Sure.
Let's do that. I think it's 5-1. All right, McLovin. Oh, did you see Shaq plant right on his rear end last night on TNT? I mean, how's that rank compared to your glasses blunder?
Oh my God, nowhere near that. Shaq does something like that about every 3 days now.
It's staged. Ernie Johnson told us the other day these are all staged.
I'm going to get 20 million YouTube. Me and Fritzy are walking around saying, this is going to get 1 million YouTube hits. That's everything we say. Yeah, it's totally staged.
That being said, Shaq is a big man, and the bigger you are, literally, the harder you fall. And when you fall, it's hard for him to fall in a soft manner. And he's not exactly a kid anymore. I got to respect him. Like, as a guy who likes to do those kind of fun stunts, going into the Christmas tree, there's a lot of things that can get in your eye canal. I mean, that would be, I got to respect him.
Yeah, but you know, he's got to compete with Charles for outrageousness.
He's doing it.
So he's got to go to the physical humor.
Right.
Charles is more, he just says outlandish things, but Shaq is like just flopping all over the place.
Yeah, you're right. There's a sense of desperation.
It would be good if, like if he fell onto someone and actually killed him. I mean, that would get a lot of YouTube hits.
Yeah.
Like a production assistant, some guy that you don't really need, and maybe like an intern who's going back to college anyway. And you don't want to, well, maybe not kill him.
Just severely injured.
So he's trying to find his niche by doing the physical Chevy Chase kind of, because Kenny Smith has he goes over runs over to the TV and has it freeze it and points out different things. And Charles just says a bunch of crazy stuff. Ernie's trying to keep everybody under control. So this is Shaq's thing going forward, just banging into stuff and falling over.
Yeah, he's like Chevy Chase hosting Weekend Update or Chris Farley. He's a Chris Farley. Well, we could ask him tomorrow, right, Todd?
If we can, he will be on the program tomorrow.
I just killed your 95-second who's on tomorrow.
Shaq.
Shaq from Louisiana State University.
NBA champion, LSU,
Orlando
NBA,
Magic.
TNT.
Oh, McLovin, any updates on Game of Thrones that the uninitiated should know?
Well, do you want the book version or the bastardized television version? Because if I've been explaining to these guys, they're going way off script.
I got a Thrones question for you. I was listening to Howard Stern the other day. Howard Stern was very upset about Game of Thrones. He said it's nonsensical, it's hard to follow. There's a lot of storylines that are just you can't keep track of them. He said you can't even hear them speak. They speak so low. He said there's also no nudity, which he's very upset about. Do you agree?
They've cut down on the nudity.
Why? I thought you said it was all. I was missing some hot and heavy stuff that I should get into that show.
Yeah, no, they're all about the plot now, and Howard just hasn't been watching from season 1.
Fritzy watches Game of Bones.
Game of Bones, but it sounds like this is Game of Groans.
No,
that's disappointing.
It used to be
Let me
a
know
very
when the nudity comes back.
R-X-rated show. I'll tell you something that's an adult topic.
Yeah.
There's a lot of, there used to be a lot of woman-woman love, and now there's a lot of man-man love on the show. Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know. And yeah, I don't know what the heck Howard's talking about though. Kind of.
I love that we had like verses from the Torah or whatever, and then also Game of Thrones man on man, all in the same segment, all within like 2 minutes.
We're eclectic.
Only on the box score.
Yeah.
Only on the box score. All right, coming up, two Danettes are going toe-to-toe on the subject of music. Stay with us. We are back here on the box score. Well, it is clear that Seton loves music, and of course, Fritzy loves singing it. So we are going to put them toe-to-toe today in a musical challenge called Danette on Danette Crime. McLovin and Paulie have questions for the two, as do I. Hopefully these are in your wheelhouse. The first question, I will start off with Fritzy. Fritzy, the Public Enemy hit single, Fight the Power, was featured in what 1989 film?
Oh, I got the steal.
Oh, what? I'm going to say Boys in the Hood.
Oh, I'm going to jump in with the steal.
Go ahead. Yes, Seton.
I know.
Oh, my God.
Do the Right Thing?
You are correct. And Seton, I am going to give you a bonus question since you got that. Name the character who blasted that song from his boombox all day.
Radio Raheem, like a
Radio Raheem.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, McLovin, your question, please, for Seton.
Can I add a little side note there that Lawrence Fishburne was supposed to play Radio Raheem, but he backed out for another role, so another actor played that.
Oh, what?
Bill Nunn. Bill Nunn as Radio Raheem.
Yes. Okay. For Seton, according to the legend, on what planet was the great odorous Urungus assembled on?
Oh, crap.
It's gonna haunt you.
Yeah. Oh, they just did a whole thing at their concert. Odorous.
Is it a real planet?
I have a thought.
I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know the name.
Fritzy, do you want to steal?
I'm gonna say
Odorous.
Guaranus.
I'm sorry.
That's a great guess.
That's a great guess.
The answer is, of course, Scumdogia. Scumdogia.
Scumdogia. That's Scumdog.
That was gonna be my second.
Paulie, to you now. Please ask your question to Fritzy.
Fritzy, Hall & Oates made a cameo in which 2009 film singing their classic hit Kiss on My List for the final scene and the closing credits? 2009 film, Kiss on My List.
2009.
Hall & Oates.
This is terrible. I should know this.
Now, you haven't seen a movie since 1988.
If it was 1986.
So it's not a shark?
What?
So it doesn't involve Jaws or Rocky or anything.
It's not a Cinemax after 11 o'clock movie.
I would say something like in like the Sandler family of movies.
I could see him.
It's got to be a
working hard, I would
comedy.
say.
It's got to be goofy, like, oh, remember we loved this in high school, and then no.
You're saying it's not like Raging Bull or something like that?
No, yeah, not likely.
Fritzy, you know you haven't seen any movies.
I know. I have to guess something.
Maybe it's something involving Paul Rudd.
Take your best guess.
I know it's not This Is 40, which I love, and Dan, I don't know why he does not think that movie's funny.
That's the only movie you've seen.
I'm gonna say All American Girl.
I'm sorry.
that's a doll.
The correct
Yeah.
answer is You Again. You Again, of course.
Ooh.
Okay, I got one for Seton.
Who the hell has ever heard of that movie?
Not
knows?
All American Girl. But
Who
those are
knows?
very expensive dolls.
Okay, Seton, can you name the Hatebreed album released in 2009 featuring a cover of Black Flag's Thirsty and Miserable?
That was called For the Lions.
You are correct, sir.
You get this.
I
Are you
have
kidding
a
me?
bonus
I thought
question
that was a
for
Roach
you.
Motel. Anyway, Black Flag. That's a musical group?
Yeah, no, and you spray ants with that also.
Kill bugs with
Name the most recently released album by Hatebreed.
God. You know, I should know this because I'm thanked in the liner notes, but anyway.
You never read the front, you just read the liner notes.
Yeah, I just looked at that and opened it up.
That's fair.
This is gonna really get me.
Oh, you're gonna hate yourself. You're gonna hate yourself.
Put It to the Torch is the single.
Making devil horns
Sometimes
on
they
his
make a
head.
single
Does
the
that help
name
him?
of the album.
Your answer, sir.
Final answer.
Oh, God, I don't know. I can't think of it. I know what it is, though.
Oh, it's the ever popular The Divinity of Purpose.
Oh, the Divinity of Purpose, yeah. I got For the Lions, though.
Back to you, McLovin. Your question for Fritzy.
Who is the lead lyricist of the rap group The Roots?
Air
I'm
quotes.
gonna listen to the Roots.
I don't consider them
The
necessarily
lead
a rap
lyricist
group.
of the. I'm gonna say the lead lyricist goes by the name of Schmegma.
Actually, that's Guar's lead lyricist.
Is that Schmegma?
That would be Guar's guy. You just confused
I'm sorry, that was
knew it was one
close.
of
We were
those
looking for Black Thought. Okay, Paulie, close us
not
out with your
Questlove.
question for Seton.
Black
the drummer.
Thought.
Yeah, I know.
Not Schmegma.
That's the only one anyway.
Or no.
All right, Seton, are you ready?
Probably not.
What Tribe Called Quest song begins with the lyric, yo, comma, microphone check 1, comma, 2, what is this? Basically, yo, microphone check 1, 2, what is
What
this?
is this? The five footers had it, the rough deck business.
What's the song?
Never had a cavity, got more. Microphone check.
I'm sorry, the answer is Bugging Out or Bugging Out.
Oh, bugging out. Bugging out, bugging out.
And you can't touch that with a bat.
The winner of today's
Oh,
Danette
boom,
Challenge
bat.
is, of course, Patrick Seton O'Connor. Congratulations.
Barely squeaked those out.
That's
though.
all right. Don't go
Oh, yeah,
away. We're going to see if the guys know who is working in the man cave. They're down one Nick cameraman. Hey, we're going to take a break to remind you that the Ram Heavy Duty, with its best-in-class towing, torque, and horsepower, doesn't need one. Guts, glory, Ram.
He said he didn't even know the guy's name. He didn't know McNally's name.
I totally get that. Most people don't know our cameraman's name here, and they've been working here 2 days a week for 8 years.
Yeah. It's true.
Anybody know that dude's real name?
Fritzy doesn't know his name.
His real name.
We're closing up shop here at the Box Score Bar. You guys have a small, intimate crew out there in Milford, and of course that went over to Tom Brady not knowing the name of his ball boys that got you guys thinking, who are the cameramen out there? So I will go to you, Top Fritz. Do you know their names?
We got Wild Bill Goldberg. We got Cosmo.
You know, Wild Bill Goldberg's not his name in any way.
It's not his name in any
way.
Wild Bill Goldberg.
You have his first name wrong. Listen, you have his first name wrong. You have his nickname wrong, and you have his last name
He
wrong.
might not want his real name said on TV, by the way.
Goldstein.
Give me a thumbs up or thumbs down on that.
And if he wants his real name not said on TV, then ask Fritzy.
We got Cosmo, we got Mike, we got Ian, we got a whole bunch of
I find funny is that our two cameramen who are standing right in front of us, and Fritzy, it's okay that you don't know their name. There's a thing in the industry where sometimes the staff, you don't get to know them that well, but these guys have been here a long time. What I find funny is that we've asked you probably a dozen times, jokingly, that you don't know either of their names, and you've never tried to learn them, even just so the next time you can say, his name is blank blank, his name is blank blank, F you guys.
Well, it's possible that he's just going along with the bit.
No, it's not.
It's very possible.
It's possible.
No, it is not.
I could say it's more likely that it's more probable than not that he doesn't know the names, but it opens up.
If I get
general knowledge.
If someone said, I'll give you $1,000 to tell me their two names, could you do so? Full names.
I'd probably pass on. I'd probably lose $1,000, I guess.
Not a bet, just a give you.
Yeah.
Okay, now in a month, what if someone came up to you and said, I'll give you $1,000?
You know what? You hear Wild Bill all the time because you go with Wild Bill. It's like, I understand the wild part.
What about that dude in New York, Cupcakes? Precious. He's got, I know, all of his nicknames.
Oh, in TV, no one knows anyone's name.
Yeah.
They know the nickname.
But why do you think it is? I just find it fascinating. Why do you think some people in this room know their names and some don't? Because we're all in the same room together, right?
I guess some people are more caring and considerate and
I didn't say
nice than others. I don't know what we're getting
Well, I think
at
that
here.
you work more closely with certain people, so we all work really close. It's sort of like, it's almost like a back room. It's like a BRG thing, right? BRGs sort of work together more closely.
I'm not in the back room that
Probably know each other.
Can you name both last names of our cameramen?
These two here, yes. If you want me to, I could do it right now, but I won't, unless they say it's okay.
I don't know.
Mike Pelletier and Jim Nacetta.
Dang, Paulie, that's good.
It's impressive.
How about this one from Fritzy? Fritzy, do you know who's producing the box score today?
Is just ding.
Just set off some type of watch list.
Yeah, that would be DJ. And Chris Standback.
Yes, okay. You were close. It was the latter. It was the latter. So it was only one person today. All right, Fritzy. Better yet, who's on tomorrow?
Shaquille O'Neal will be joining us so far on the Friday edition of the show. Just looking ahead real quick, since we only have one guest for tomorrow, Jorge Posada, four-time World Series champ, will join us in the Milford Man Cave. I've been told he may be landing in a helicopter. We don't have a helipad, so I'm not sure exactly.
There's one a quarter mile away.
Do we? Oh, so hopefully they find something close enough where he doesn't get arrested for illegal.
Fritzy, the graph said Friday's guest on DP.
Shaquille O'Neal will be on Friday.
Very good. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you for watching The Box Show. We are back tomorrow on Audience Channel 239 right here on DirecTV. The podcast is available if you want it on iTunes or at podcast1.com. Good job, Fritz.
I don't know a lot about sports, but I can drink a lot of beer.
My motto is simple. C's get degrees.
Need a long, inappropriate hug? I'm your man.
I think I'm smarter than you, because I probably am.
Hey, thanks for watching the box score. Holy cow!